It's another game week in the Premier League where we have lots of matches going down in the Premier League. And in this game week, we have Chelsea playing Manchester City, we have Arsenal against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Man United against Fulham, and we also have Liverpool against Ipswich Town, if I'm not mistaken. We also have Bournemouth against Nottingham Forest. These are one of among the matches we will be looking at in this video. And looking at most of these fixtures, we will be expecting a lot of action going down in these matches, and we expect lots of goals coming in at the end of 90 minutes. So we'll start by looking at the match between Manchester City against Chelsea right here at the Etihad. We expect a lot of action, lots of goals, lots of drama coming out from that match. But looking at this City team, in recent time, they have issues in terms of obtaining results at the end of 90 minutes. We have seen their match against PSG in the Champions League, where they lost 4-2 in the Champions League. Before then, I think they played Ipswich Town, where they finished the match 6-0, and they were making a lot of noise that they are back. I was like, this is Ipswich Town, this is a smaller team. You're actually playing, you're not playing against those who actually matters in terms of uh, you competing for anything in the Premier League. But looking at even in before the match against Ipswich, you can see their poor performance against Brentford as well. From a two-goal lead, all of a sudden they ended the match in the 2-2 draw. And moving forward, you might see that Pep team is actually facing a lot of challenges in terms of how they go about handling their business at the end of 90 minutes. And also looking at this Chelsea team, they have almost everything working out for them. Recently, they have Chalobah back, adding a more squad depth to the defense, and there's a feel of stability at the Chelsea backline at the moment. And we also have a Cole Palmer, a player from the City side who actually made his way to the Chelsea rank in 2023, and he has been doing wonderfully well at Chelsea. He started his career with about 55 appearances in Chelsea, with 51 starts at Chelsea, and having over 50 something goals involvement by scoring over 36 goals in the Premier League and about 17 assists in the Premier League. So that is a credible amount of number, and that is a player we should be looking out for this weekend, because he will always stand out in this kind of matches. That is the kind of player Chelsea basically need in terms of winning this match against City. We also have the match between Man United and Fulham. I don't expect much from the United team because of their recent form and their recent goal drought experience. So looking at the United team as well, you can notice that there have been like weather today, they might be hot, tomorrow they might be blowing cold, and for you to be among the best, you have to be consistent in your craft. You have to be consistent in whatever you are doing. Looking at the Amorin team, you notice that the man is trying his possible best to instinct his tactics upon them. But looking at how many games do we have from now to the end of the season, I would rather suggest for him to narrow down his technique or his tactics to by playing players that can actually play according to their strength. He should play players based on their strength so that he can start getting runs of results coming in for him and his team, so that they can finish at a better place in this competition before the Premier League actually runs out. Because if he continue with this his technique of using his tactics, which has not been working for over 3 months now, I don't feel that they are going to obtain a result. They have to find a way to play players according to their strengths and their capacity, so that you can just ruffle up results and pick up results. But looking at this encounter, I don't expect much from this United team, because they're also playing against a Fulham team that can never be taken for granted. And if you look at this Fulham team closely, you notice they have been obtaining results in recent times. They have been performing very, very well in all ramification in terms of how their season have been going so far. So I don't expect them to find or to obtain a result against this Fulham team. We have the likes of Adama, have the likes of Iwobi there, Smith Rowe, among others who always get the result done for the Fulham team. Next, we also have the Bournemouth team against against the Nottingham Forest team. Looking at this Bournemouth and Forest team, you notice that this has been one of the most outstanding teams so far in the Premier League. Bournemouth has gone about 10 games unbeaten, while Nottingham Forest have gone about 8 games unbeaten. So, looking at these teams, their teams are basically on form. But looking at this Bournemouth team with their recent performance against this Newcastle team in the Premier League over the weekend, you can see that they can actually maintain their steeze and composure. And if you can see their run of games in terms of against the big six, I think no one has actually defeated them among the big six teams in the Premier League as well. So you won't actually write them off against this Nottingham Forest. Notwithstanding, the Nottingham Forest team also is another good side, which have Oshlon Odoi. We also have Chris Woods, we have Gibbs White, among others who can actually step up their game and also convert results. But in this kind of matches, I expect lots of goal coming out. I can't actually see who stand a chance to win this, but at the end of 90 minutes, we'll actually know who actually takes the opportunity by winning the encounter or by losing this particular encounter. Moving on, we also have the match between Arsenal and Wolverhampton Wanderers right there at the Wolves ground. And looking at the issues going down at the Wolves ground, we will have Matheus Cunha planning to leave and having some issues with the coach. I feel that this Wolverhampton Wanderers team is a little bit unstable in terms of their locker room and how they go about their business since the sale of Kilman and Neto to Chelsea and other teams, or due to the recent transfer they made earlier, they haven't replaced those players in those departments properly, and they're finding it difficult to go about winning matches in the Premier League. But if they can actually obtain a result in this match, which I can't see because this Arsenal team will have to possess them a lot, and I feel that this Arsenal team stand the chance to win them in this encounter, notwithstanding the absence of Gabriel Jesus, notwithstanding the absence of Bukayo Saka. This kind of matches, the Arsenal team is expected to win because this Wolf team are not at that particular place or that particular point that you can see they are more of a threat to the Arsenal team. Looking at players to player strength, so I looking at this match, I'll give it to the Arsenal team. So looking at the match between Liverpool and Ipswich right there at the Anfield Stadium as well, you notice that this Liverpool team has actually been one of the most outstanding team in terms of run of form. I think they have gone about 17 games outstanding so far. They have been performing perfectly well in terms of their run of form. And you can see even from the last match where they were struggling with a 0-0 draw, they had to introduce Darwin Nunes. What a wonderful performance from the Liverpool side, and what a wonderful tactical approach from Arne Slot himself by introducing the Uruguayan to actually get him the result. At the end of 90 minutes, I think it was at the end, close end of the match, about 90 plus, Nunes was introduced and he created 2 goals from inside the box. And looking at this Liverpool team, I think they have their house set on fire. Moving on, looking at this Ipswich team, if they continue going about their business the way they went about their business in the last 2 matches, I feel that they might not obtain results. But if they go back to their traditional style of football, they'll sit back there, soak up the pressure, and wait for your opportunity to hit on the counter, and you can then perfectly take your opportunity when it comes for you.